Hello my lovelies, Rob here at Kickback Garage. Today is the day. The tank is in, fuel is bought. I want to do a couple of jobs around here. I really want to get this thing started today and check the timing. Exciting times. Go grab yourself a coffee, we'll see how that goes. Right, I got the tank from RT Fabrications on Friday. I started making a video of that, but I have my granddaughter all this weekend, so I haven't really had a lot of time to film. I've just been doing when I could, like when she's been sleeping. I did make a video where we have a little bit of a look around the tank. It fit easily, which is nice. What I will do is, I had to modify the front bracket on this because for some strange reason my toolbox is, you can see it's like 2 centimeters free at the bottom and nothing at the top. And I think actually because I bottomed out the trunnion on the top of the toolbox. I'm really not sure why it's wonky. I think it's like one of those small differences that's happened at the factory or something, because I cannot angle that up straight. So that did give me a couple of problems when I was fitting the tank. But I'm so happy with it that I have also ordered one for Turid. She has got an Asian tank in there. I don't like it. It's really the only unknown. Well, apart from the fact that it's got a hole in the cylinder filled with JB Weld, but other than that, it's the only unknown on that scooter. And as you know, quality mid-range tanks, they have been really hard to get hold of. What I don't mention on the video, I'll throw the video on before I start messing around here. While you're watching the video, I'm going to tighten the exhaust and that. 11 litres is the capacity on this, which should be fine. Apparently, because this goes at lower revs, it means that it uses about the same as an RT. And on my RT, I can get like 160 kilometres out of an 11 litre tank, and that is more than my bum likes. Like 120, 130 that I'm pushing it. That's about as far as I want to go before a tank, rest my arse, grab myself a cup of coffee or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. What I do like on this is the curvature. It really fills the frame beautifully, and it follows the frame. It's actually concave on the top here, so it's like really hard to see, but it's one of the best looking tanks I've ever fit. Welds look really solid, but as I said, I'll go through that properly when I get the new tank from my Series 2. Today, I just want to get my arse into gear and get this thing on the go. Let me... Oh, I hate those things. They're all over the place still, even though I... Nice. So I've seen them on the website. He makes them for right hand side, left hand side, and he even made a couple of custom what they call toggle twin tanks as well, with two cutouts. And this one is the first one that he has made for the Sledgehammer. As you can see, I have the cutout in the back here to make room for the carb, which is crank induced. Oh, one thing before I start. It's even got its own filler cap. Nice. Actually looks CNC machined, especially for the tank. Exciting times. I have fit my cables. I have fit the exhaust. I haven't modified the bodywork. I have to modify the footboard. Maybe we'll do that today. Maybe we'll do that in the next video. We'll see how time pans on. I really want to get this timed and adjusted and put together and out on the road, really. But we're not going out on the road today. We're just going to start it. The exhaust fits really nice. Obviously, it's made for this engine, with the stroke and the width with the side case and everything, there I have about half a millimetre from the exhaust to the side case. It's quite tight. I could maybe angle that a little bit more just to give it a bit, just to make sure that the vibrations don't touch the pipe. Not bothered about that. Now I am going to jet the carb. Let's do that. We need a carb on this thing, and we need to put some fuel in there. Right, we're going for a bit of crutch cam. TM. I have, this is the carb I got from Rimini. Delotto PHPH 30. Something I know a lot about, so I'm happy with that we can use those on the Sledgehammer. One thing I'm not happy about, the engine is really well put together. It seems very well put together. The exhaust, obviously made for the machine, really easy to fit. It went really well, apart from the spaces in the back. I had the wrong bolts. But one thing that actually annoys me, I think it's poor show Rimini Lambretta. Flip joke. Who the hell uses a flip joke? Now, this is a time when everybody writes in the comments that they do because they ride around on a cut down or a skelly. But yeah, flip joke, it's a bit of a joke, isn't it? So the first thing you have to do is convert this to cable choke. I reckon this should come with that is a bit, yeah, I don't know. When everything else, it's just a shame that everything else was like spot on, that you'd fit a flip choke. Strange indeed. Can I get this out? There we go. Oink. So we will remove that. This is where I lose all the parts, isn't it? Right, so the thing is here, if you fit a cable operated choke on a standard BGM choke cable, one of these, and you're a very clever guy and you fit an elbow, then the tip of the day is this. You don't actually have to modify the cable if you buy the BGM original type choke cable. I like to fit 90-degree bends on these anyway. This is also one I fit. It comes with a straight piece like this originally. That'll be cool. Let me put these parts away because that has to go onto the cable, not onto the carb. Do not lose that little O-ring there. Oh, don't go away, sir. There you go. And I will put this somewhere safe, which I will, of course, not be able to find somewhere down the line. On all my carbs, I also like to fit on the, if it's the YSN or original Delotto type. This is original Delotto. I like to fit these handy screws from MB Scooters. You can use 7mm or instead of those shitty screws from Delotto. These are stainless, and you can use like a flat screwdriver or a proper flat screwdriver as well. A lot of these Delotto screws, you have to have like a really skinny one. That's why I have this makeshift screwdriver there that you can get in there properly. And I think it's 7mm if I'm not wrong. So what they do, Rimini, is they jet these to, can I get that out? There we go. Slide. Slide is a 40. It's come pre-jetted. Slide is a 40. I have got no needle in here because I took it out. It comes with a X7 needle, but because it's quite cold here in Norway at the moment, it's sunny, but it's quite cold. That means that things run a little lean, and when you're running in a new engine, that's a bad deal. So what I'm going to fit is, I'm not going to go all the way and fit a... let me start again. The X7 needle, it comes with the clip from X7 needle, comes with the clip, the third clip down. They recommend the second clip down, so obviously for running in they want me to use the third clip down, but I'm going to go a little bit further than that, and I'm going to be fitting the MB, like I really like these needles. It's the MB X7 13, so that's right smack in between the X7 and 13, and what that does mean, because I really like to use the Delotos and the Lambretta on the second clip down, that does mean that I get slightly, ever so slightly richer jetting than Rimini sent it up with. I could do that, or I could go the whole hog and just run it in on the X13. But the weather is going to get a little bit better, but I'll notice straight away if it's a bit weak on the mid-range. So I'm going to be fitting that. And I want to have a look at which jets they come with in here. And I've actually invited my son up because I want him to have a look at the jets, make sure that they're the correct ones. Because as you know, if you follow the channel, a couple of occasions now I've fit the wrong jets. Wondered why my scooter has been grumpy. Fit the wrong jets because I couldn't see them. I thought I got something that I haven't got. My son's here now. He's going to have a check out my jets so I can write it down here and I can tell you what they are. So my son was in and he checked that I had the right needle and the right jets. I've talked to Daniel Mears in the UK. He set up a couple of these Sledgehammers. Not a lot of resources out there at the moment on him, but he's my go-to guy at the moment. He sets them up with 140, 145 main jet. In Rimini, they can actually use smaller jets for some strange reason. He says it's something to do with petrol quality. But because I'm running this in, I think I'm going to stick with 140 because as soon as I hit the road, we get some altitude, and they get really, really grumpy if you're too rich there. And because I'm going up anyway, I've gone up anyway on the. I've gone up anyway on Rob. Come on, my O-ring had popped off. That's why I'm blabbering. But yeah, because I've already gone up on the needle, I've actually decided to go the whole hog and go for an X13. I can gradually take that down once I'm sure it's running okay. And as soon as the hot weather hits Norway, which should probably about May, then I probably can jet it down a little bit. Just keep an eye on that. But if it's grumpy as hell, I'll put it down straight away. And also they fit. They suggest Rimini suggest 125 to 130 main, but we'll see how that goes. And because you're not giving it full chat anyway, this engine, it's all about riding around in lower revs. Then I think I'm going to be safe on the 140. That's what they're setting them up with in the UK, because Daniel himself says the fuel is better as well. In climate is better and the fuel is better down in Italy. So we'll try that. Pilot jet, I fit 160. They suggest 161. I haven't got 161. I do have 162. It is. So I fit that. So I should be slightly overjetted here, hopefully. Hopefully it's just slightly overjetted. If I'm really overjetted, then I'll have another look at this before I do the ride review. What I want to do is get this up and fired up, started. I want to ride it for a couple of weeks before I do that review, so I can get a proper feel to what this is all about. Right, let's get this carb on. Because it's a new fuel tank, I'm just going to fill a little bit in and hope it stays tight, fuel tight. Is it leaking anyway? I'm just going to check. Yeah, it's holding fuel. That's good. I don't think the tank was not going to hold fuel. It's my ability to fit the fuel tap I'm worried about. Oh, so much anticipation on this thing. This is the most expensive build I've ever fired up for the first time on the channel. And it's my own too. As you can see, I am going to be running with a filter. I'm not sure if I'm going to cut the panels. I think I want to. You don't need to. But when you've got that carb in the wrong place, you know there's something special going on under the panels. So it could be that I'm going to do that. We'll see. And as you can see in the back there, I've got my strobe at the ready. Hopefully, I'm getting good at this vape strobing. Hopefully, oh fuck it, I'm just going to fill the whole thing. Hopefully I don't have to adjust it. If you do, that's a job for tomorrow, because there isn't a special flywheel holding tool for that, so you have to use like a universal flywheel tool, take a couple of bolts out, use this on the vape, that is. Use a couple of flywheel, a universal flywheel holding tool, and mine has vanished. I think maybe one of the boys have borrowed it for a motorbike and hasn't returned it. Stinks of petrol out here, and that's because the nozzle for my 10 litre jerry can that I fill at the petrol station, nice, RT welding and fabrications, I like that. Count to 10. I'm just gonna make sure that that's tight. Just give it another tug. Won't be that typically if I like over tightened it, snap something. There we go, that's definitely tight. Right, open the fuel tap, let's see if fuel is going through fine and it's not leaking anywhere. Yes, it is. Oh my God. I'm a little bit worried, to tell you the truth. Should I put you a little bit further back? What do you reckon? And I'll take off, once I get it started, I'll take off the microphone. You can have a listen to the, if I get it started. I'm being optimistic here. Like I said, I did have to change my throttle cable. Carb is in a different place. I like them quite short. The choke cable I just used an original BGM with the 90-degree bend. Didn't have to modify that anything. Choke on. This is going to rattle around a bit, innit? Should have put a stick of zip tie on that. I'll do that. I'm just going to put some tape on it. I'm genuinely should have a heart rate monitor now, because that's pretty high. Right, fingers crossed. And it's already primed at the top here. Whoa, sounds really beefy. Oh shit, second kick. Wake up the beast. It's actually not bad. It's not hard to kick over, but about the same as my RT, in case you wondered. That's coming, isn't it? I don't really want to give it any throttle because I don't want to flood it. It might already be flooded, to be honest. Listen to that. I need a bit more throttle. Oh, it smells so good. I'm running Castrol at the moment, Castrol Power 1. That's what I like to use on my scooter. It's getting a bit expensive. Might actually go over to BGM. I've heard okay things about that. There's something about that smell. And I'm running at 3%, in case you wondered. Rimini says you can run these on 2% because it's crank induced. But when I sent Mickey a message today, it's a Sunday, by the way, so the fact that they answer questions on Sundays is absolutely fantastic. I shouldn't mind them, but I wanted to start this up and didn't want to do anything wrong. It's just a neighbor, another neighbor. Oh, it smells so good. Come on, let's see if I can get this. Choke. Wow, I have to put that all the way in, I think. Give it another couple of turns. I need to set fast tick over so that I can check the timing. Needs to warm up a little bit. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, what I was saying about percent is I'm running 3%. He said use 3% when you're running, and like normal usage you can use 2%. But he says if you want to do some fast motorway miles, then he recommends 3%. So I think I've sort of come to the conclusion I'm just going to run it 3% that I do all my other scooters. Vibrations that are coming through the handlebar, they're not like any vibrations on any normal Lambretta, that's for sure. You can feel there's a big thumping piston in there. Supposedly it's just got 30 horsepower, but it sounds and feels like something much meatier. Almost. It's actually running a tiny little bit weak after adjust the air screw, but I'm going to do that after I've checked my timing. Oh. Let's have a look at the timing, shall we? See that? It's absolutely spot on. have to say, I am absolutely thrilled to bits that I don't have to adjust my timing. You could see that, maybe you can see it on the film. I'll see that when I edit it. But this is the vape static BGM ignition with the Castle Performance flywheel. The hole in the flywheel is much, much bigger. Let me show you that. It might be hard to see when it's not on the scooter, but the flywheel is much, much bigger than what Castle Performance used to make, and this sort of matches up with the new fin system they've got on that CNC machined flywheel. I said I'd have a look at it when I fit it, but I didn't. But the SIP flywheel and the Vanley flywheel for vape and the Castle Performance flywheel, they're almost the same weight actually, so I don't think that's going to matter much. But apparently it gives 30% more cooling, and you've got this as well. And Daniel, the guy I talked about earlier, he now machines these so that they're bigger to match the new spec on the new flywheel. I'm really happy. I'm a little bit. I've got some anticipation when it comes to trying this puppy. I know that it's not like million horsepower, but there's some real grunt in this thing, I reckon. And what I'm going to do in the next video is some small cosmetics. I need to cut the left-hand side footboard. I'm going to fit it together. I've actually bought a normal leg shield toolbox, leg shield spare wheel holder. I'm thinking maybe that'll also help keep the front wheel down a little bit. 'Cause apparently you can put these up on the rear wheel quite easily if you're a bit too gung-ho on the throttle and too short gears, which I've got shorter gears. So this should be actually quite fun, even though 30 horsepower sounds pretty underwhelming compared to what you can get out of stuff these days. I will love you and leave you. I am so pleased. I am so pleased everything turned out how I wanted to, and it started great. And yeah, don't forget, if you like this kind of stuff, do the old subscribe. Give me the old thumbs up. If you want to support the channel, become a member. I think it costs something like £2 a month or something like that, and you get early access on my videos. You could always buy me a coffee, which someone did actually. Thank you very much. If I complain that I haven't got the correct whiskey, someone buys me a coffee, which I think is really cool. I'm so glad that you care. And I will love you and leave you, and see you all in the next one. As I said, next one, cosmetics. One after that, definitely going to give you the full showdown. I want to use this. I want to use it as much as I can to work on the motorway. I want to go in the mountains. I want to get at least 1,000 miles on this before I do the review. Maybe I should do like a live review. That would be sort of a cool thing to do. But I'm not quite sure about the mechanics around that. But yeah, definitely would be cool. And I really want to see how this performs compared to the lads that I ride with. I know it's a lot more horses than they've got. But will it be able to chug around at low revs as well? What do you reckon? Interesting stuff. Answers. Questions. Okay, I love you, leave you. Ta-ra! Cool as F.